Hello everyone, beautiful day in January. Look at this sign. Getting the word out. Intersection of Rainbow and Blue Diamond. Here's the other side. Here's the intersection. Now, the gas price differentials will tell you my point to a certain extent. This Chevron is $4.15. The cash price for this Arco is $3.99. And then over there, about a quarter mile north, you can see this Conoco is $3.17 cash. So why is it that Conoco charges $1 less about compared to this Chevron station? Now think about it. And these are two large, ginormous energy companies. So I've been talking about this for many years now, and it's been getting worse. And yes, it's true that Nevada has many taxes, even county taxes. Our gas is about 15-20 cents more than Pahrump. However, that does not fully explain the gap, why we're about $1 more than Florida and Indiana, and actually $1.50 probably in some parts of the country. But we pay more than Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, I believe, has the second highest gas taxes in the nation. It's unbelievable. You can look it up. The main reason why I believe this is the case is simply because we get our supplies mainly from California. Now, as you know, California standards have not only increased the price of gasoline, they have limited the supply of gasoline, which you can argue it has helped the large refineries. 6 refineries supply about 90% of the gasoline in California, and they certainly supply a lot of the gasoline here in Las Vegas. So whenever a refinery in El Segundo or Torrance has an outage, our prices along with Phoenix spikes up, and it's been getting worse and worse. So before the refinery outage, for instance, it was 40 cents. When it's gone, it's now 50 cents compared to the rest of the country when you look at prices here in Las Vegas. This is very, very serious, and my issue is that I've been trying to get the word out across social media, through events, through the press, but hardly anybody has thought about covering it seriously. And we know that our governor is thinking about having a gas tax holiday, but even if he does that, we're still going to remain among the highest. But we know the real solution isn't just, okay, we got to stop the manipulation, the fixing, the gouging. And some might argue we have to drill more, and some might argue we have to bring electric cars. And yeah, these are reasonable solutions. But you know what my solution is to stop building more of this garbage right here. This is nasty. This is hideous. This car-dependent landscape. And remember, the worst part is, most of us, even in this neighborhood, literally, we don't live in large lot homes. Our homes are very close together, very comparable to the homes you see in many inner cities, such as Boston, DC, Queens, neighborhoods of Chicago. Just look at these homes right here. They're so close together. Look at these homes right there. These are the same homes I protested years ago, and I'm going to do more signs and protests against this. They're nonsense with their garage doors eating up the front, their cul-de-sacs, their gated neighborhoods, all financed by these mega banks, the Federal Reserve, with their lending policies. And I believe they are struggling right now because of these higher rates, believe it or not. And then you see that you have to use these routes like Rainbow and Blue Diamond, which, by the way, stop building these collectors and arterials that you go 45, 50 miles an hour. They don't work. And then pedestrians have to cross them. And then they're not safe to cross. They divide the neighborhood. They encourage car dependency. You either should build a fast-moving highway, parkway, freeway, or you build a slow-moving street with businesses with a 10-foot, 15-foot setback, or multifamily housing. And then you have interconnected near-grid streets that allows the neighborhoods to connect, and people can easily walk to the corner store. And you're supposed to make a good chunk of your non-residential buildings like residential buildings. So a corner store can look like a single-family home. That's how you solve the energy situation. And then if you want to go longer trips, if you want to go for several miles, you either build freeways, not routes like this, because we have a planning sector that's lazy and cheap, not to mention developers finance these collectors and arterials, these 6-lane intersections with their long-ass traffic light intersection. A lot of this congestion could have been solved if this was a freeway, or they could have put in a roundabout, for God's sakes. Not to mention, if you want to go longer trips, you invest in real transit alternatives like personal rapid transit. You should see the interview I had about 2 months ago. We're trying to bring this out here, especially here in Las Vegas. Other transit systems can help, but they're not as good and they're not as cost effective. So anyway, I put this sign right here. I'm trying to get the word out. This is absurd that we have gas stations that are paying in the high 3s and the low 4s when nearly all of the South, the Midwest, the Northeast, remember, those states can have higher gas taxes, and the mountain states pay much less than we are now. And this problem has continued to get worse as time moved along. It's your job to spread the word, to spread this information, and putting this banner is not cheap. I'm going to have more of these to come. But what else do you suggest I do to spread this information? Thank you so much.